Reproduction of this content is not allowed without the express written consent of EBH Fitness LLC.
It's tax season, and a lot of people are either going to get denied or they're going to get pushed back on getting pre-approved for their first home. I'm going to give you several reasons why today, the things that you should be looking into, who you need to speak with, how to organize yourselves, and how to make sure that you get pre-approved from the get-go, whether it's a 1099, a W-2. Let's get started.
Before we get started, today's episode is supported by our affiliate partners. We only recommend products and services that align with smart strategy and long-term value. Your support helps keep the 915 Property Playbook going. Let's get started.
915. This ain't theory. This is ownership. Lights on, deals move, watch the city elevate. From the block to the skyline, we accelerate. Every number calculated, every move replayed. It's the 915 Property Playbook, know the game. Market hot rate shift, pressure in the air. We don't chase trends, we prepare. For first offer, sign a portfolio stacked. Every lesson earned, every move tracked. No fluff talk, no overnight lies. Just strategy sharpened in real time. If you're ready to build, not just spectate, this the room where smart money congregate. Keys up, vision locked, let the future play. Real estate moves in the 915. This the 915 Property Playbook, press play. Build equity.
Hi, my name is Felipe. Welcome to the 915 Property Playbook. Today we're going to be talking tax returns. For a lot of people, the reason why they get denied is because they either don't have a concrete file structure that is going to show money on paper, or they simply don't make enough money. But the truth is that most everybody does make enough money to buy a property. You just need to know the right one. Now, in past episodes before, we talked about talking to your lender prior to going shopping, because this is going to give you a sound mind of what you can actually afford, right? But for a lot of people that are in 1099s or W-2s and for the first time they're going out to do these things, and they're in this time of the season, which is January through March, they're going to be filing taxes, and these are going to help them either get denied or get approved. And so when you're going in to file your taxes, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. Number one, lenders look at the last 2 years of your taxes. This is going to take an average of them, and that's going to help them decide more or less where you stand. Number two, if you're a 1099, you have to prove income in order for you to get set up successfully in order to purchase the home. For a lot of 1099 people, there's a lot of write-offs that get done because on paper you don't want to really pay taxes, and Uncle Sam doesn't really like that when it comes to lending you money. So make sure you keep that in mind, and we'll talk about it later in the segment. And number three, your credit scores. After all this is said and done, how much have you actually worked on your credit score for the last 2 years? And yes, I'm using 2 years because, like I said before, we're taking the average, and if in those last 2 years your credit score has gone down significantly, you're probably going to get denied. So when you're filing in a W-2, make sure that you have everything recorded that you've spent on and everything that is coming in from your job. This is going to help the lender set everything up properly, and then from then on it's smooth sailing pretty much. You'll need a few check stubs from the past few months, and you'll be able to move prosperously through the actual pre-approval process. And the reason why it's because in a W-2 situation, you don't really have to prove income that is coming out from the outside because you already have a job, and if you can keep it for more than 2 years, the lenders will tell you that it's fine. One thing you should not do, however, is file taxes and then try to go get a home if you're switching jobs at the moment. If you are thinking about quitting your job, I would highly recommend you wait until you purchase the home. 2 or 3 months afterwards, decide to quit your job, and if you already have another one lined up, go ahead and get it. The reason why is because if you switch jobs, they show the lender that you're not really a person that they can trust because you're just leaving jobs, and this might not be the case, but in their eyes, that's what it looks like. So guess what? We're not going to let you borrow the money because you just switched jobs out of nowhere on us. Or we've had a situation happen where the person was pre-approved, we're about to move forward with closing, 2 days out, this person decides to quit because they've had enough of their boss and they just said, I'm done with this. They left the job, and guess what? You just got denied, you cannot get home, and you have to tell your wife or significant other, your kids, whatever it may be, that you're not going to be moving into the new house that you had seen and that you were about to purchase. So don't switch jobs, stay in the job. If you have to suck it up for a little bit, that's totally fine. Do it later, but get the house first. If you're a 1099, there's different stipulations that go into this, and this is where a lot of people get denied. Our economy runs a lot on small businesses, especially here in El Paso. So pay attention if you're one of these small business owners. Don't write everything off. The first thing that you want to do is you want to speak to an accountant or somebody that's going to be doing your taxes. The reason why is because these people are going to tell you the things that you need to show on the spreadsheet in order for you to actually look like you're making money. Because for a lot of small businesses, the best thing to do is use your write-off power to do away with as many taxes as possible and not have to pay anything back. The problem is that when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, we actually want to be able to see that you're actually making money and not just breaking even. Cash on hand works if you have the full cash to purchase a house, but if you don't, you have to record it, otherwise it's not going to help you. So after you speak to your accountant or whoever's going to be doing your taxes, make sure that they give you a broad picture and a long-term plan on what it is that you need to do, what you need to write off, what you shouldn't write off, and how much money you actually need to reflect in order to get approved. You want to get just about enough to get the approval for the house that you're looking into, because otherwise you might be putting more than you need and then you're going to have to pay more taxes than you need. The worst thing that you can do is have to pay more taxes and then not be able to get into the house, because now you have to pay all the taxes back. So make sure that you structure those things properly in order for you to show and reflect enough of what you need. When you're moving into the pre-approval process, you have to remember that you have to have reserves. So a lot of people, the reason why they get denied as well is because they did all these other things right, but they didn't have enough reserves in the bank. For 1099s, we're looking about 3 to 6 months of reserves in the savings account, or if you have cash on hand, that's totally fine, but that you have enough money that you can prove that if something were to happen, you have 3 to 6 months to get back on your feet and still make the mortgage payments. If you're in a W-2 situation, you want to have about 3 months of reserves, and that should get you cleared on the way. Now let's talk about your credit score. We've seen variations of credit score, but in the last 2 years, which is going to be the average of what they take, you have to sum at least a 520. Okay, this is the bare minimum that a lot of lenders are going to take. And yes, I know 520 seems really low, but we've seen it before. Now, there are different lenders, depending on what it is that you're trying to purchase, that are going to have different stipulations of the minimum credit that they can work with. But we have seen 520s make it happen. So, if in the last 2 years your credit significantly dropped, and right now you're trying to get into a new home, again, speak to an accountant or whoever's doing your taxes or a lender and ask them, how is it that my credit is going to affect this transaction? What do I need to do if my credit is very low in order to repair it? Now, there are repair programs that you can use, and there's different ways that you can go about it. But the truth is that your credit can be fixed fairly quickly if it's little things that are nagging here and there. This is why you need to speak to a professional so that they can let you know what the best outcome is going to be and what the best route that you need to take. Because sometimes people will pay things off that should have not been paid off, or that they could have left as were, where there's more important things and bigger fish to fry on the other end. So have those things in mind, and that way they can give you a good structure, and then you can move forward with the pre-approval process and getting approved and hopefully be in your new home in the next 3 to 4 months. Okay, so again, make sure that you are filing your taxes, have somebody look over on what it is that you're trying to purchase. Make sure that you have a lender's pre-approval letter and telling you how much you can afford if you're in a W-2. If you're a 1099, make sure that you speak to the lender and ask them how much it is that you need to report on your taxes in order for you to have a sanct mind of how much to actually reflect on them and how much you need to pay back. And then number 3, make sure that your credit looks good. Make sure that you're working on it, and if you don't know how to work on it, guide yourself with a professional so that they can help you get your feed right and so you can move forward. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll see you guys next time.
Build from the vision, every move intentional. Numbers stay solid, everything foundational. Plays don't rush, yeah, the pace stay right. Value gets stronger when you think on life. From the paper to the keys, see the plan unfold. Every chapter written, yeah, the story bold. No shortcuts taken, just time and faith. Brick by brick, this how you create. Long game mindset, watch the equity rise. From the ground to the skyline, see a clear eyes. Moves stay clean, every step well played. It's the 915, yeah, that's how we play. Foundation set, now the future breathe. Ownership built on strategy. Market talk fade, but the value stay. What you build today gon' lead the way. From the plan to the key, everything aligned. 915, property playbook built over time. From the plan to the key, everything aligned. 915, property playbook built to last.